Hello, everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. This is going to be interesting. Oh, boys, we are about to talk business. Why Bayern, as of recent, are falling off, because that's the honest truth. In the thumbnail, you see Hassan Salihamidzic, also known as Brazo, and Oliver Kahn, our former goalkeeping legend, who is now pissing me off with every interview he gives. They're in the thumbnail for a reason. The real reason Bayern are failing. So this failure isn't something new. I believe since that loss versus Liverpool in 2019, we have not improved in stature and level as a club. We had a band-aid in Hansi Flick, who came in, turned a transitional team into a world-class team with his amazing coaching, but we still had a lot of problems. And we have failed to address many of those problems. In fact, we have lost a lot of quality in the team, and the recruitment hasn't been great. Yes, COVID happened, and it was detrimental to every club, except Bayern. We made a profit while everyone else was losing money. We made a profit despite not having fans in the stadium. That tells you the capability of Bayern's structure. There's no question that the way Bayern run the club as a business is super effective. So much so, we sell the most shirts out of any club in the world. The most. We're ahead of Real Madrid, ahead of Barcelona, and it's not like we're just ahead. Nope, like really far ahead. We sell a few million more shirts than they do. Or is it a few million or a few 100,000? I don't know. All I know is Bayern are super successful on the field and off of it. But more recently, we aren't as successful on the field. The last two seasons have been very just frustrating. I think that's the word for it. No Pokal, 3 years in a row. I believe for the first time since like 20 years, Bayern didn't go to the Pokal semifinals or finals. So that's a long time. And this is the first time since 2000 and between 2007 and 2010, just hearing random sounds, that we didn't make it to, or no, it was 2006, 2009, that we didn't make it to the Champions League semifinals. And we were dumped out in 3 years in a row. That's what it is now. In 2021, it was to PSG, 2022, Villarreal, and 2023, Manchester City. So what's the problem at Bayern? The problem clearly isn't money. No, the problem is recruitment, street smarts, learning from mistakes, egos, and most importantly, the board. Yes, the players are to blame, but who brings the players in? Who brings the managers in? The board. Bayern's structure is very different from other clubs. If you got bought out by some Qataris, I don't imagine the Crown Prince of Dubai or the UAE is going to be running the club. No, he's going to hire someone, some football people to run the club. Kind of like how Red Bull does. They hire other people to run their clubs that they own, people they trust. Well, 75% of Bayern is owned by the fans, the members. We own the club. 2.5 million shares in the club. So 8.33% of the club is owned individually to make up a total of 25% by our like super partners, right? Allianz, which have the naming rights to our stadium, Audi, car sponsor, and Adidas shirt maker. So those three own 8.33% of the club each, exactly 8.33%. So with this structure, they own a stake in the club. So we have a board that makes the executive decisions in the club. Like they make the big decisions. So that's where, Oliver Kahn is the chairman of the board. He is the chief executive officer. There's a weird thought that Kahn is actually just the CEO, and Herbert Hainer, our president, is the chairman of the board. Yes, Herbert Hainer is the chairman of the board, but not the executive board. So there's two different boards: the executive board and the supervisory board. The supervisory board is where Audi has, they're less active. They only manage the direction of the club in the long term. They are not super involved in recruitment and things of that nature. And they don't care, because I don't imagine Audi's representative in our board, I believe, is Marcus someone, the CEO of Audi. He's not concerned about Bayern like that. He has a car company to run. He has to put his cars on streets everywhere. So he's probably more focused on running Audi. And then there's an Adidas chairman, and then someone from Allianz, and I'm guessing some other guys that help out in one capacity. We also have a tradition where ex-presidents become honorary members or like honorary presidents of the board. So they're not really involved, but they get told things. It's similar to having an ex-president in the United States who still gets military briefs, or I don't know. He still kind of has some like say, he can call the current president and tell him something, but ultimately he doesn't have any control. So Unai Hoeneß is an honorary president member of the supervisory board, which just means he doesn't really do much, but he knows a lot about the club. And I believe that structure is amazing, because Franz Beckenbauer was the same thing. He was an honorary president of the board of the club, and I think what that does is he can just call the current president and say, "You're doing this wrong." So it keeps the Bayern DNA ticking over generations. So now I think everyone understands how our board works. Brazo is a board member, executive board member. So he's part of the executive board. We have 5 board members. Oliver Kahn, he is the CEO of the club. He is the executive officer, like the president of the United States. He is the chief executive, the head of the executive branch. And then we have a vice chairman, Jan Christian Dressen. And then we have another board member, Dr. Michael Diedrich. All right, Andreas Young, he's the head of our marketing. And Salihamidzic oversees the football side. The Brazo oversees like the footballing project, right? And then we have a technical director, Marco Knepp, who, well, he kind of, connects the recruitment and the scouting, and then, he communicates with Brazo, so they work closely together. Brazo makes the executive decisions on transfers, and then he gets approval from, the other board members. So the problem with this board is Brazo has not proven himself to be super capable, because now people look at it and they're like, has Brazo really done that much here? His transfer windows before, this summer one that just passed, so last year, before that, everyone was questioning Brazo, including me. A lot of people wanted him out of the club. And the reason was the recruitment just wasn't there. He didn't replace key players. We fell out with Hansi Flick. I think a lot of people wanted Brazo out. So, again, I'm telling you, Brazo has destroyed the trust a lot of people had in him. Oliver Kahn, he's getting a lot of smoke, a lot of slack. But, oh no, not a lot of slack. He's getting the opposite of slack. Everyone's putting their attention on him because, he's the leader of the board, the executive board. But the way I see it, I look at Kahn and I'm just there like, you know what? He's new, right? Kahn went through learning what it took to be a leader. And yes, if you're a manager and your team's performing bad, it doesn't really matter if your players are just deciding to capitulate. You're always going to get blamed because you're the head of the pack. You're supposed to tell them where to go. And if they're not going somewhere, then you must be doing something wrong. That's always the assumption when you're in a leadership position, especially at a club like Bayern. So the eyes are on Oliver Kahn. Brazo is seen as like the second leader, right? He's on the footballing side. Andreas Jung, I don't know how to say his name. He's on the marketing side of things. I don't know what Dr. Michael Dieterich does. I'm not exactly sure what Jan Christian Dressen specializes in, but they specialize in something. But I know Brazo's more on the footballing side, negotiating deals. He's the guy that flies to, I don't know, London if he needs to meet a player and their agent. And Marco Nepp is the guy that recruits scouts and sets them in the right countries and communicates with the scouts and communicates with, hey, how's Alexander Nubel doing on loan? So Nepp is our scout in that regard, or not? He's our technical director. He directs the footballing side of our, the youth academy and all these things. I mean, we have a campus director too. Bayern is a business, right? We have a lot of departments, but we have to look at the source of our issues, recruitment. And when I say recruitment, I don't mean if we wanted a center back, we wouldn't know who to get. But I'm saying we have problems. We have had a problem and we don't solve it. That's what I mean by recruitment. We have not been looking for a CDM until, the recent stories that say Bayern's looking for a CDM. But you and I have been saying that for almost 3 years since we lost Thiago. If you and I know that, why doesn't the board? So that's where we have to question their competence and how capable they are of actually leading a club like Bayern. So how are we, the fans, going to know we need a CDM before the board or a striker? I mean, it was obvious. Look, I thought losing Lewandowski wouldn't have been as worse. And honestly, it wasn't as bad. If you really look at it, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't the worst thing in the world to lose Lewandowski because we still scored goals at some point this season. Musiala was kind of filling in that void, but the goals ran out, and the board relied on Chupo. They didn't even think like, yeah, as a fan, maybe I have my opinions, but they're the paid ones. I buy kits, I do all that. I pay for ESPN Plus, which goes to the, I'm sure there's a percentage of that pays ultimately for the club, right? They get these marketing agreements from the Bundesliga. Like, you would think, like, they would know that since Kahn gets paid a huge salary and so does Brazo. And by the way, if Oliver Kahn is a man that loves Bayern, if this situation doesn't improve, I'm hearing him, and so the stories coming out today are saying, so CF Bayern, this is Christian Falk, as of now, Kahn is the one being discussed, not Salihamidzic. So Brazo isn't even being talked about because he's the CEO and is the main responsible for the big lines and for the executive board. He supported everything, the change of coach and the player transfers. So, but if Brazo if Kahn goes, Brazo has to go. I am more comfortable keeping Kahn because Brazo, I feel like, is more replaceable. You could get a good sporting director anywhere. Seriously, you could go to see what we don't. I'm not necessarily interested in just young players. I'm interested in footballing philosophy. Someone that recruits players on a style of play they have in their mind and also recruits managers on that style of play. Brazo's style of play, if this guy fell out with Hansi Flick and then Nagelsmann, like he has to go. So we need a new sporting director, a new idea at Bayern. Now everyone's saying, I think Herbert Hainer is doing his job. Like, no one realizes the president of Bayern. It's like he doesn't really have that much power. It's like the chairman of a committee. Bayern is a very interesting club the way it's structured. I don't think Herbert Hainer has had enough time to make any crazy differences. And I also don't think, I think the best decision we could make is bring in Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Bring him back. Bring back Cali, Don Cali, man. Smoking cigars with Florentino Perez. Bring the Dons back, right? Because he's 67, 4 years younger than Unai Hoeneß. And Unai, it's funny because Unai retired, didn't seek re-election for president because he wanted to go back to his family, to, I suppose, he wanted to just relax and stay away from football because it was a toll on him. But the guy loves Bayern so much, he's probably getting a heart attack watching us destroy this club that he built. So maybe Unai's thinking, maybe a return to Bayern. Come on, man. But yeah, I would not mind. But if Unai came in the reason I don't think Herbert Hainer is that bad is our shirt sales are through the roof. I think I don't know. I don't mind. Oh no. I forgot about Herbert. Nah, fire him. Herbert's stupid too. But he doesn't have to be a genius. That's the thing. As club president, you just have to represent the club. Because the real policymakers are the executive board. And you just have to say yes, no, yes, no. If the executive board was fine, the president is less worrying. I don't think, maybe his ball knowledge is lacking, but if we can get the right people, Herbert wouldn't be because look, you have Brazo and Khan who represent the board at the executive level, and Herbert who represents it at the supervisory level. But I don't know. Maybe I kind of don't mind Herbert, Maybe I don't mind Herbert Hainer. It's funny because I used to say Herbert Hainer, and then I for some reason my mind blanked, and I kept calling him Sebastian Hainer because I actually like that better. That's a better name. Yeah, the dude ran Adidas, made it successful while he was there. He knows his business. Of course he does, I just don't think he understands football as much as he understands shoes. Xabi Alonso is manager. I don't think after everything I just mentioned about our board and the structure of it, a new manager is what we should be thinking about. I think we go back to the drawing board and rebuild the board, restructure it. Brazo needs to go. Or if he's that good at his job, then, where's the proof, right? Where's the proof? And are we just going to have another season and trust this board to do the things that they haven't done? Oliver Kahn's future will be decided during a supervisory board meeting on May 22nd. So what I failed to tell you is that the supervisory board can basically fire the executive board. So they make supervisory decisions. Like your supervisor at work can decide, we're cutting your hours or something, right? Or you're not good enough, you got to go. So the supervisory board runs the club in that regard. Kahn's going to have to make a really convincing case. And I read a story that it was actually Julian Nagelsmann who wanted Jan Sommer at Bayern after Jan Sommer had a bad performance. Isn't that crazy? They feed that to the media just so they don't get blamed because Sommer had a bad game. That is so disingenuous. They're running up the PR campaign to make everything seem like it wasn't their fault. Oh, it wasn't our fault. Nagelsmann didn't want a striker. Really? He said that? Oh, it wasn't our fault. Nagelsmann wanted Mane. Okay, he really did? He asked for Mane? Of course. If you go to Nagelsmann and say, we need a winger, and then you say, we have Mane, we have this and that and the other, Nagelsmann's going to look and say, okay, who can we get? And you can say Mane. Of course he's going to say yes, because as a manager, what are you going to do? Disagree with your employer? You're just going to go along with it. You're going to go along with it. Are you telling me? They're saying Nagelsmann wanted a goalkeeper that spoke German, which is understandable. But we could have signed Kevin Trapp. I don't know. We could have tried anything else. Or just tell Nagelsmann, no, We don't need a goalkeeper that speaks German. He can speak English. Let's go to Portugal and try to sign anyone. Let's sign Diego Costa. It might cost more, but you could have done a lot of things. But now you want to blame Nagelsmann for Sommer because Sommer, it turns out, wasn't as good as we thought he was because he's 5'11", 5'10". Bro, my man's Beckenbauer's height. The Kaiser. Maybe we need Franz Beckenbauer back, man. Him and Florentino Perez aren't that different in age. There's also an internal discussion over Salihamidzic, but his position is not being questioned for now. Khan's job is the one in jeopardy. Khan won't be dismissed immediately, but it's very possible he won't stay next season. There'll be a big analysis this summer. So if we don't win the Bundesliga, of course, someone has to go, Herbert Hainer less because I think the only way to get rid of a president in this instance, we vote for our presidents. Like the members vote for the president. It's funny. I tried to become a Bayern member. And it's an annoying story because I signed up, did everything, gave them all the information they needed, and paid money. You got to pay a fee for them to process your application to be a Bayern member. And I kept waiting, and it'd been like 2 months. I was like, what the heck? Where's my acceptance and vote power? And where's that at? I didn't even think you had to be German or anything. I think you can just be a member just from anywhere, right? Do you have to be in Germany to be a Bayern member? Anyways, well, they sent me this letter, like this email, and I can't even remember how it read, but it was basically them saying, you're stupid. Nah, I'm joking. You're stupid. We can't accept you. We don't want you at Bayern. No, really, it was just like I didn't have some specific information they needed, and I just gave up on that endeavor. But now I feel like I should be a member just so I can vote out Hainer. When does this term end? How long do Bayern presidents serve? Oh my gosh. It brought up Unai Hoeneß's tax evasion where he served 2.5 years in jail. Dang, man. That's how you know he's a Don. He's been through it all, man. My man has been in jail. I don't really look, what I think is important is to make a decision. But if we sack Oliver Kahn, right? Fire him, you're fired like Trump in The Apprentice. Who do we bring in? That's the question. Because people are saying bring in Philipp Lahm. Philipp Lahm is acting as an ambassador or tournament director for the Euros in Germany next year. So he's busy, very preoccupied with that. I mean, he could really do both jobs if he was about it. But I don't think Philipp has any experience running a company because, everyone thinks, we just need to bring an ex-Bayern player. Yeah, but we also need one that understands business, right? The key thing with Unai Hoeneß was he was a hustler. That boy hustled. He made this club into this international conglomerate. He turned Bayern into what it is today because he had that hustler mindset. It just so happened that he was a good footballer, got injured, and the circumstances fell in our favor. And that's how we ended up with Unai Hoeneß, building one of the most capable clubs in the world. So we can't just get, freaking Schweinsteiger because, he played for us. No, we need someone that has leadership qualities. Someone that can lead hundreds of employees. Bayern probably has 500 people working for us. Around more than 5. It has to be more than 500, right? But I'm telling you, you have to be able to lead those people. Every press conference, bro. You got to know what you're saying. You got to know what you're talking about. So, the idea that we just sign Philipp Lahm because we like him and he played for us, or Schweinsteiger, they need to be good at business. Brazo is interesting because he played for us, but he also had a business mindset. So, of course, it kind of worked, but maybe he's not good enough. I don't know. He's actually trending on Twitter. Yeah. Veghorst, insane player. Brazo is spoiling the club. Flick left because of him. See, this is a very interesting point. He hasn't brought a single world-class player except from De Ligt since getting the job. That's actually a true statement. Musiala, Davies. No, our talent team, our recruitment team brought those guys in. When I say world-class, we mean someone that plays for another team that's performing at a crazy level, who we get, and they immediately give us something different. And that's really what we need in our midfield. We need world-class classiness. Dang, La Liga is about to wait. Barcelona drew a bunch of games. Real are fumbling the bag, man. They're 9 points. 9? Is that 9 points? Yeah, they're 9 points away from Barca. Barca needs to lose 3 games. Or, I mean, they could really realistically draw a bunch of games too if Real can catch up on goal difference. La Liga is an interesting point. Oh my gosh, Barca have only conceded 9 goals in their entire season. That's crazy, man. Oh, that's crazy. He beat Atleti today. Oh man, I was hoping for a draw or something, but because I need Barcelona fan, man, they're talking to me again like we're friends or on the same level, bro. We are well past you. You're going broke. You know, we're talking about firing our board members. You can't fire them because you'd have to pay their salaries. It's time. Bayern Munich needs changes. Gnabry had to be. See, here's the thing: we can talk about changes when it comes to players, but the biggest change. Oh, by the way, Davies could be out for 6 weeks because of this hamstring injury. Oh, this man, bro, that sucks. It's annoying. So yeah, when we talk about changes, I think the board, man, because these guys sacked Nagelsmann 2 weeks before some of our most important games. It was a week before Freiburg, though. Yeah, not even 2 weeks, a week, and then City the week after that. So they sacked a manager in our most crucial point of the season, upset the dynamic of the team. The chemistry was lost. Like with the player, do you realize how hard it is to learn a new manager system in 2 weeks? You need a whole summer. But Tuchel was going to go somewhere else. Are you telling me Thomas Tuchel was the only manager we could have signed? Are there not other managers out there? Dog, we could just go to Sporting and sign their coach, the Amorim guy or something. Like the Ruben Amorim. Like why it was Tuchel because he's German and it's easier to just bring him in than anyone else. But that's what I'm saying. Like, there are coaches out there that can really do something. No, by the way, I'm not saying we should have signed Ruben Amorim. I'm just saying it's a stupid excuse to say there's no coach. It was Tuchel or nothing, so we had to sack Nagelsmann in this critical point in our season. If Tuchel heard from Bayern that we want you if Nagelsmann doesn't work out, Tuchel should know that Bayern is a big club and he'll wait. That's a real G right there. But guess what? If Carlo leaves Madrid, can we get him back? Bro, Carlo smoking cigars on the touchline. Come on, we need that energy at Bayern, man. We need Don Carlo here. He's a simple manager. 4-3-3, defensive midfielder, two. Bro, Carlo, man, I need you here. Our training sessions, no one's gonna get injured because everybody's gonna be walking and training. I need Carlo back here, man, with his 4 Champions Leagues. Damn. Carlo did great things. Well, not that great. I forgot Don Carlo managed PSG. That's crazy. I forgot that. Come on, man. Bring Carlo back. Give him every player he wants. We'll win. We'll win. We'll do a three-peat. We'll do a three-peat, baby. Come on, bring him back. My favorite coach of all time. Carlo, like he's so like chill. I watched him. I watched like him in the locker room, and he was like, in Spanish. He was telling his players that I told you this game was a final, like treat it like a final because they were losing. And he said, no, I lied because it wasn't a final. We got the final in 3 weeks. And I'm laughing because I knew he would give a speech like that. He would just calmly tell him, play like it's a final, you know? Ah, man. I love Don Carlo at Bayern, man. When Tuchel gets sacked, let's bring him in. Or Jupp Heynckes. Managers like that who make, you know why Jupp succeeded as an interim coach and would literally come in and almost win a Champions League just coming in? I mean, one, he's a world-class manager, won the Champions League of Real Madrid and Bayern. But what Jupp did in those, like in 2017 to 2018 as caretaker manager, what Jupp did that was so unique was he'd come in. Wait, when did we sack Carlo? It was in 2017, right? Because then after in 2018, Kovac came in. Gosh, they brought Kovac to this club, dude. It was Brazo and those guys. Jupp was also caretaker manager before he became our manager. He got one more in him. He was also our manager in the 80s and 90s. Dog, this guy, he just be coming back home. Yeah, but what Jupp did was, bro, he simplifies the game. There's no need, like, all right, press when you don't have the ball, but pick your moments to press. Here's where you press. Here's where you don't press. Okay, press here. Don't press here. Okay, cool. So press when you need to. Don't press when you don't have to. Okay, cool. Simple counter-pressing strategy. Okay, when we have the ball, play possession football and try to upset the opponent, keep the ball, and make sure draw them out. And bro, it was simple. Like you knew what we were doing, playing the same formation. But these new managers just trying to make everything complicated. That 4-3-4-9-9-2. Dog, who are you calling out? My manager's playing these odd formations. That's why I love managers like Jupp and Carlo Ancelotti. Simplicity, man. Even Jose, even though he's a terrorist, every Jose team plays the same. Defensive, like, and it's not like they're not capable on the ball, but they just know they're not that good on the ball because the kind of players Jose recruits aren't perfect on the ball. We need a new generation of simple managers. Carlo Ancelotti is bringing that back right now. Simplicity. No need to overcomplicate your game plan. Players know they're not robots. They know what they're doing. Nagelsmann's problem was so much. Oh, play here, move here. Like every player had to play in every position. Whereas if you're a normal coach, you know what works, and you know this has worked before. Play your 4-2-2 every week, and then if you need to, make tweaks. Right? Make a player drop in when he usually doesn't, to create a midfield overload or something. Like, bro, there's things you could do, but these managers complicate it. We need simplicity at Bayern. Tuchel was another one of those complex system-based managers. His fullbacks have to play like this. Nah, man. You know what I love about Zidane at Madrid? And this is how you really win cup games. Simplicity with a lot of quality, of course. Elite players in a simple formation, telling them just do what you got to do. We don't have that at Bayern. What we have is, to deal with Mbappe, we need a back three. No, if we went to PSG and said 4-2-3-1 every game, that's what Flick did. Everyone thought, Hansi's going to play more defensive against PSG in the final because of our high line and Boateng's lack of pace. We went to PSG with Boateng. Wait, did he actually play in the final? Boateng in that Champions League run, gegenpressing Barcelona and PSG, and it worked because the players were used to it. You just need to motivate elite players to do what they're already good at. I miss simpler coaches that play their formation. That's why Pep is respectable, because Pep's team plays like Pep's team every game. He doesn't tweak things unless, it was with Bayern and he does his super experimentations when no one asked for it and starts playing Thiago as a freaking center back. Gosh, Pep was a weirdo, man. What? But only in big games, because every other game, tiki-taka, same formation, beautiful, amazing on the eye. I wish Pep learned the lessons that he learned at Bayern that he's now applying at City. And he had to get knocked out so many times at City to learn. See, what Pep did he played the same system they've been playing. They're 3 at the back with their 10 billion in midfield and their Haaland up top. They played the same. And guess what? They won because he didn't oversimplify it or overcomplicate it for his players. We need that. Opinion about Samuel Chukwueze. Is that the dude at Villarreal? Hold on. Let me search him up. Yeah, it's the dude at Villarreal. The Nigerian dude. Chimereka Chukwueze. Yeah, I think he's an interesting player, but obviously not Bayern quality. I mean, it's crazy because he'd probably be better than Gnabry, but we don't want to. We have to step up from players like his kind of players. We have to go to a different level. But yeah, he's good for. He could go to a club like Frankfurt and look really good. Or he's at Villarreal now. That's a decent level. Yeah, there's players that just they don't do much more than they need to, and that's good for them. Hey, is Nianzou injured? I don't even see him starting games for. Oh no, he's starting. Never mind. Yeah, what is happening to Nianzou? He has a goal. He has a goal in La Liga though. Yeah, man, Tanguy Nianzou. You guys, everyone kind of forgets about him because he's not cooking, right? He was their Jules Koundé replacement. And it looks like he's really not performing, man. I'm looking at these ratings. Concentration's a weakness, tackling's a strength. This guy's a yellow card machine, too. Yeah, hey, maybe you never know. Koundé was 24, 23 when Barcelona signed him. So Nianzou has time. The quality is there, and he could really hone in those skills, become more of a mature man. And man, I remember when I was making videos about Kouassi. That's his name, right? Tanguy Nianzou Kouassi. Aimia Sanmia. There are doubts over Brazo, Hassan Salihamidzic, and whether he's competent enough for Bayern. There are opinions at the club that the club is too big for him. Wow. That's interesting. That the club's too big for Brazo. If we do sack Brazo, I mean, I would go for a sporting director from Portugal or something, man. I don't think we need to just stay to Germany. Nah, get some Portuguese motherzucker who only knows how to sign bowlers. You know what I'm saying? Alton Sabaton United. Did he score the winning pen? I mean, he's doing okay. Good for him, man. Sabitzer is a bum, obviously. He's not a good enough footballer for Bayern, but if he's good enough for United, he's good enough for United. It's good enough for United. Who is the vice president of Bayern? One of our board members on our supervisory board is the former minister president of Bavaria. Gosh, we got that region in the chokehold, man. So the current minister president of Bavaria was kissing up on Honis, and now wow, that's crazy. Unai Honis is the deputy chairman of the supervisory board and also the honorary president. Yeah, man, I love Unai, man. Don Unai. Him and I disagreed on a lot, but he's just like me in a lot of like how I think about business. Just a hustler, man. Tries to find a way to get an edge in everything, in every negotiation. Has the swelling on Sané's lips reduced? Yep, that's the biggest problem with Bayern. We need players like Schweini, Kroos, Kimmich, Alonso, Vidal, etc., not Goretzka. Look, Goretzka has his strengths, but I don't think his strengths are greater than his weaknesses to this team. In Hansi Flick's team, the way we played, Goretzka worked. But now, man, I think we're in a different position now as a club. What I want is a midfield three. In the past few weeks and months, Herbert Hayner's word has been losing weight inside the club, even though he's the chairman of the supervisory board. Unai Honis is currently the strongest man on the board. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, bro. Honis is aware it was him who chose the current people in charge to replace him and Karl-Heinz Rummenigge and could now correct his choices. It's unimaginable that things will continue the way they are next season. Oh my gosh. Hey, we getting replacements, boys. We getting replacements. This is what happens when you have a structure in place and it's not working. Yeah, Unai Honis is responsible for Brazo because that man loves Brazo and he's starting to see things. I think that's what made the older board so like consistent because Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, there was no question he disagreed with Unai Honis, especially when it came to viewing players and football philosophy, right? Unai was business oriented, but Kali was really like sporting oriented. So Brazo was he's been here since, I don't even know, like what, 20 something? The dude has been here for a while. But I think Kali gave us something really smart. He had great connections because the dude is the most connected man in football. He's more connected than Fabrizio Romano, man. Kali he had relationships with Juventus. He had a great relationship with like every club we negotiated with. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge was connected. He literally single-handedly stopped the Super League. He was calling up everyone's owners because he knew them. I doubt Oliver Kahn knows any of these owners because he's still a younger like guy when it comes to that kind of position. But I think what made him great was Karl-Heinz Rummenigge was way more like, he saw football as players like Thiago. He loved Thiago. James Rodriguez. He's the reason we signed all these loan players from South America. He loved those kind of players, like technical flair, freedom. Whereas I feel like Unai Honis was more focused on efficiency players. And the combo made sense because if one made a mistake, the other one tried to correct it, or the other one made a mistake, vice versa. That works as a partnership. But I feel like Brazo and Kahn are so similar in how they view things. If Kahn just agreed with Brazo, okay, we'll sign Mane to replace Lewandowski. If he didn't at least go, maybe not, maybe not, right? Unai was president of the club, and I feel like Herbert Hayner is not Unai. He doesn't disagree because he doesn't really have that football knowledge. The unique thing about Unai Honis and why you probably won't find another one of him or someone like Florentino Perez is these guys live and breathe football. Unai played. He was amazing. Florentino Perez, the dude is a former politician, but he knows ball. The guy knows ball. He's been Madrid president for forever, since I've known Real Madrid as a club. Like since I found out they existed, this guy's been president. And I think the key similarities between Unai and Unai Honis, is that they just love football, but they also have a crazy obsession with being ahead of the curve, a crazy obsession with business and finding ways to modernize their club. That's what makes them unique. I respect Florentino Perez a lot because look at other clubs with other leadership and how easily one bad season could make them capitulate. But I look at Florentino Perez and the man has turned Madrid into a monster. And I hope, I mean, Unai Hoeneß, when it comes to success, I believe, look, we could have done better. We could have done a lot of things different. Bayern had an opportunity to sign Neymar for Pep. We had an opportunity to sign De Bruyne. We missed out on a lot of opportunities. We let Toni Kroos go to our biggest European rival, or used to be our biggest European rivals. Now it feels like Man City's in a final every year. We're losing that edge we used to have. We got to get it back because it looks like our club doesn't have cojones. We don't have that ability to just go to anyone and say, we want your player, we want you, okay, you're coming with us. We should be rating Dortmund. No, I'm joking. No, really, like we should realistically sign Florian Wirtz. Wirtz should not even be linked to Barcelona. It should be a given that if there's a German player that is cooking in the Bundesliga, he's coming to Bayern. Now, in this day and age, it feels like we have to still negotiate. We shouldn't even have to have a bidding war with. We should go to Leverkusen and say, he's coming to us, right? And they just go, yeah. So, how cheap do you want him? And we should be doing that. But this board has eroded the Bayern standard. I'm hearing Brazo and Khan talk about how good we played. Hell no. We didn't play well against City because we lost. You don't play well and lose. You play well when you win, and you play bad when you lose. Football's a results business. And based on the results we were getting, it sucks now. We are second in the Bundesliga. Do you know if Dortmund win every game, which is a higher probability than us winning every game, they win the league. It's harder for us to win it now if Dortmund weren't also colossal bottlers, man. Those guys are probably going to lose to freaking Bochum next week. And we're going to be 3 points or 9 points clear by the end of this. But if we win this Bundesliga and Dortmund bottle it, it will be the biggest bottling in history because they have the easiest run. They have Augsburg, Bochum, but we have Werder Bremen mid-table. We have Cologne mid-table. Leipzig, who are going to need points because I think they lost to Leverkusen today. If Leverkusen beat Leipzig, then Xabi Alonso's going place. He is going place. Oh, my gosh. Leverkusen cooked Leipzig. Szoboszlai got sent off. Dang, they cooked them. Am I seeing this right? Is Benjamin Henrichs playing left back? Flipping, hey, man. Marco Rose is stupid. I don't get what Marco Rose is trying to do because Simikan was doing well at right center back or as a right back, and he changed the system. It looks like Nkunku's back. Imagine Leipzig probably, dude, they're fifth place. They're 2 points off of first. When you're playing Leipzig and they need points to qualify for Champions League football, they're motivated different. And what if they just need a point, like 1 point? Now you got to draw against Leipzig because they don't want to lose. Do you get it? Leverkusen, oh my gosh. Yo, Xabi Alonso, you might be our next coach. I'm not going to lie. Kristaps Andressens, I mean, we not win Bundesliga for a season or two, I'd be okay. I want the league to grow in total, but the other competitions, I agree with you that the Bundesliga being competitive is only good for Bayern. But see, it's funny because people thought I meant Bayern should lose the Bundesliga deliberately. No, I'm super competitive. What I'm actually trying to say here is if we are bad, I hope the league punishes us. And if we are good, I hope we punish everyone. I want us to win every game, but I don't want us to lose out on any trophy because of us being bozos. Right. That's I don't know. People just don't see that perspective. I like saying Unai. I know it's Uli Hoeneß, but I like saying Unai. Because, when you get proof. Like I'd said Unai for so long that the day I realized it was Uli Hoeneß, I realized I didn't want to say it any different. Actually, speaking of Unai Hoeneß, what's his net worth? I don't know. I just got curious. Why is it that I search his net worth and they ask who's the owner of Bayern, and Herbert Hainer pops up? Dude, Herbert Hainer doesn't own Bayern. He's the president of Bayern, but 75% of Bayern's owned by the club. The remaining 25% is shared between Audi, and Alliance SE. Alliance is like an insurance company, right? Wait, don't they also own the Juventus Stadium? Like Allianz Stadium. Like that's what it's called. Oh yeah, the Allianz Stadium. Is it the same company, or is there like an Italian Allianz that's completely different? Okay. Yeah, I think it is the Allianz Stadium. Yeah, interesting. Dude, I gotta visit Europe, man. I'm thinking of doing a tour of the world, but then I have to actually travel. Yeah, so why does Allianz just love having? Does Allianz just love having stadium naming rights? We have a sleeve sponsor. Dude, there was a point where clubs didn't even make money with sponsors. I can't imagine so I can't imagine like just a blank. I mean, I can because the shirts actually exist, and it's one of the shirts I have. It's the white one with the crest, the older version of the crest. Dude, it's actually kind of sick, but that's broke. It's the 120. I think it was was it our 100 year or 120? It was a 120th year anniversary. If Bayern was made in like 1899 or 1901, we would be Bayern München 01. But the reason there's no 1 or 2, like kind of how Mainz has 04, because Mainz was created in 1905, or Mainz 04. Is it 4 or 5? Mainz. Crap. Now I have to search Mainz. Yeah, Mainz 05. It's because it was like founded in 1905. So they. Oh man, why does the Bundesliga make it so hard? But the teams that were founded, there's not all teams have the Schalke 04, 1904. So a lot of these, like, you guys get it? You get it, right? Bayer 04 Leverkusen. Oh, Bayer Leverkusen 1904. That's when they were founded. So if we weren't founded in 1900, literally, we were founded on 1900, we would be Bayern 02 Munich. Oh, that would suck. That sounds so odd. Like Hoffenheim's like TSG 1899. I get it. Like, it's kind of cool. It makes the Bundesliga unique. But gosh, like it makes the crest ugly. Like just having the numbers there, it makes it unique. But Leipzig is just RB Leipzig. There's no year. Frankfurt's just Frankfurt. They don't overimpose which year, like on their logo. Like Augsburg's logo says when they were founded. Like, okay. And it's not even like, I don't know. We could have been Bayern 02 Munich. Ugh! Imagine we lose 2-0 some game. Oh my gosh. Ugh! Or Bayern 03. And then we lose against Man City. Oh my gosh, man. They would cook us. We need to see Bayern being envious of Spanish giants. The only Spanish giant I'm envious of is Real Madrid. I'm envious of Barcelona because of their PR team. I think we have to be better at PR. And people say, oh, no, who cares about PR? I do. I care about PR. Oh, my gosh. Ajax are getting cooked. Or they already got cooked. It's full time. Haha. Dang. PSV. So how's the Eredivisie? Oh my gosh. Ajax are third. I thought they had that Farmers League on. Dang. Hey, y'all trying to raid Ajax? Could sign some ballers from Ajax. I don't even know who they have as ballers. Haha. 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 I'm a kid. No, man. Lose. Haha. You losing is funny to me, Ajax fans. I love when you lose. You guys take which Ajax players would you guys take? Yo, Calvin Bassey. Oh my gosh. Did you guys watch him when he was at Rangers in the Europa League? That guy was impossible. I watched I think Rangers play against, was it West Ham? Well, Frankfurt for sure, but I watched another game, and that guy was good in every game I watched. Is that still the case with Ajax? Am I thinking of the right Bassey? Because, you know, these brothers, man, they be looking. Okay, it is the right Bassey. I was hoping it wasn't the wrong person. You know what I'm saying? Dude was born in Italy, and he has English and Nigerian citizenship. That is very interesting. And he played for Leicester. Dang. Okay. What about Timber? Would you guys take Timber at Bayern? No. We don't need a center back. We need a CDM. You know, I think Upamecano would perform better, and all our center backs for that matter, if they had less to do, if they felt like they had to make that tackle. I see De Ligt and Upa making a lot of tackles that a CDM should be making. Like they have to come out of the midfield and, I don't know, chase people. Because Kimmich is sometimes too slow. Kimmich has improved defensively. We got to give him credit. But he's still not, you know, that flawless Thiago CDM, you know, where he's in complete control of the game. Kimmich on the ball is where we want him. We are limiting Kimmich with no Goretzka. And that goes down to what? The board. Upamecano swap for Bremer. I'm good. Dika from Frankfurt. Oh, he would be a free transfer, but nah. Dika's good, but I think if Lucas Hernandez comes back, we already have De Ligt. Center backs shouldn't be our word. Are we really going to act like Upamecano is just trash? Are we like, look, he has bad games just like every player. But guys, are we really going to act like he's this terrible, like 0 out of 10 footballer? Upamecano put in a nice season. At the end of this season, the narrative could be the change of manager killed every player's performances, because not even Musiala was playing well for a lot of games. Goretzka sucked. Like, there's a lot of players that didn't perform to the level. So I think the narrative should be we need players like Upamecano need help. And De Ligt's performances have kind of slowed down. He wasn't like flawless, or he isn't as flawless as he was maybe just 3 months ago. So it's okay to just kind of, you know, chill out, let the season end, and blame the board because they're to be blamed. Need Neves. BGB, big game bum. Upa wasn't bad in every game, though. Yeah, Upa, like compared to last season, at least it wasn't 5, because that Bazo mode could have been worse. That Bazo mode. Oh my gosh! Did you guys watch the fight last night? I missed it. I missed the fight of the year. Because guess what? I was boxing in the gym. I thought the fight was in Las Vegas, which it was. So that would have meant it was at like 5, like 12 a.m. I don't know why I said 5, but 12 a.m. I thought that's when the fight would have been. I did not realize this freaking fight was. They ruined my whole day when My homie texted me. He said Tank won. I'm like, how did Tank win if the fight didn't even start yet? Then I realized it was the 6th, 7th round by the time I checked. Oh, and I just, oh man. Oh, it's all good. It's not like I bought a pay-per-view. Sal Gnabry and Goretzka and Bellingham. Oh, signed Bellingham. I read a comment. Jude Bellingham is good, but the kid isn't perfect. Bellingham's all right. Yeah, Bellingham's all right. He's not like completely perfect though. He's young, but I don't think we need Bellingham. We need a CDM. By the way, I think you guys might want to hear this, but this is actually super interesting. How Bayern's current point tally compares to the last 10 years after 29 match days. Let me yawn. So this is our lowest point tally by a big margin. Last season at this point, we had 69 points. 69 points. 2020-21, we had 68 points. The season before that, in 2019-2020, 67 points. Season before that, 67 points. Niko Kovac got us 67 points by this point in the season. I mean, we have scored a lot of goals too. That's a lot of goals. 2014, we had, oh my gosh. Yo, Pep, we defended like champs with Pep. I forgot how nice, like, it was only in the big games we just couldn't defend. With Carlo Ancelotti, we had 72 points. Am I seeing that right? Dude, I gotta check. When was Carlo Ancelotti at Bayern? We gave Carlo Ancelotti Tolisso, man. Carlo was at Bayern in 2016 to 2017. So after Pep, and he was here for about it wasn't 18 months. It was like less than that. So, oh, dang. We conceded 15 goals with Carlo? Yo, he was cooking. We should have let Carlo cook. He didn't finish cooking. Then your pancakes came in. We conceded a few more goals. Yo, we used to defend like champions. And Hansi, look at Hansi with his high line, man. We were conceding hella goals. But we also scored a good amount of goals too. Ah, man, I blame. We have conceded the second most goals at this point in the season in the last 10 years compared to other points in the season. Gosh, man, we suck. Kante's 32. He's free for a reason. He sucks. You guys must think this is still 2017 or 2018. Kante is still at the top of his game. N'Golo Kante is washed. All right. His smile will not change that. Also, God dang, man. I've never seen a brother with a white background that looks as dark as this. I'm sorry, Kante, man. Damn, bro. Bro, the background's white and I still can't see you. Bro, you had all the light in the world. And you're wearing a blue kit. So really the light should. Dang, man. There's nothing with that dark complexion. But damn, that is a whole new level of like dark, man. This guy is dark. At least he doesn't have chapped lips. How do I get rid of this wound? Just happens like every now and then. Nah, Kante, where are you from? Nah, Kante has to be Sudanese, bro. Is he from He's Malian. Oh, it's a country in West Africa. Dude, I need to visit Africa more. Considering Where's the Sahara Desert? I'm looking at a map of Africa. Where is it? Where's it at? Where's that desert at? Where's that desert at? Anyways, whatever. Yo, Turkey. Oh, I used to talk about this guy. Like a winger option. He was like 17. Dude, apparently he's like the next Mahrez, huh? Is he left-footed or right-footed? I think he's left-footed. But let's check. Oh, he's both. He's two-footed. His contract expires next year too. Yo. Is it Turkey I'm thinking about? I think it is. Algerian. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my nice little young Mahrez over here, man. Let's sign this guy. Nah, I don't know anything about him. But yeah, guys, we talked about the CDM I want. Manuel Ugarte. That's the CDM I think we should sign. Very strong in duels and can play as a lone DM. And very good at dribbling, carrying the ball under pressure. We need a Yogo Bonito bowler at Bayern, man. Vitor Roque. I don't know who he is, but apparently he has an eye for goal. He's Brazilian, of course. And Chelsea are going to bid 40 mil for him. Dang, man. Yo, we need a Brazilian at Bayern, dude. We need un Brazilian. You need a nice little Brazilian. I don't care what position, dude. Wait, this guy must be cold. If a Brazilian club is bidding 5 million for you, Atletico PR, you must be cold if a club like that is bidding money for you. Nah, man, we need to go to Brazil. Nah, let's look through the Brazilian Serie A. Let's see if there's some bowlers in there. The top goal scorer. Oh, the league just started. Mauricio from Sao Paulo. Come on, man. Or Internacional. Yeah, let's sign him. Get that. Let's get him. Wesley, winger. Nope, that name sounds like he's from Texas. All right. We don't want no Wesley at Bayern. We want a Brazilian all-out attacking midfielder. Bernardo. Nah. If it had Silva at the end of his name, then maybe he might be good. Let's look at teams with the most value. Okay. Sociedade Esportivo Palmeiras. Oh, Palmeiras. Yeah, that's where we got to be. We got to go to Palmeiras. All right? Endrick. Oh, damn it. He's going to Madrid. Damn it. Dang it, boys. He's going to Real Madrid. 35 mil? No, Madrid are so wicked, man. How could they continuously do this? And you just know Endrick's going to become that next guy. They annoy me. Real Madrid are annoying, man. Oh, look. Yo. Giovanni. Yeah, man. Let's get Giovanni, bruh. Come on. Right winger. Is he left-footed? I hate left-footed Brazilians. They just feel weird. I'm so used to Neymar and R9 and Ronaldinho. Bro, these left-footed Brazilians aren't as good. Like, name all the left-footed Brazilians, Anthony. Oh, okay. He's a skeptical winger at best. Rafinha, he's scrappy too. Like, even their best right winger isn't left-footed. And that's, what's his name? That's Rodrigo. Oh my God, man. That's what we need at Bayern. We need an Inho, someone with some or a saucy name, man. We need less accents on U's. So we need less players with accents on their U's and more players with Inho in their name. As soon as you have an Inho, you got someone cold. soon as you see the Inho, and you see they're from Brasilio. Oh my gosh, you know you got some. All right. If they're the kind, at this point George wants everybody. Nah, man. Dude, how do I get rid of this freaking Do I gotta start Vaselining my lips? Is that not sus? Nah, man, we could get a nice little 19-year-old Brazilian. Nice little Ribeiro. Oh, that's who we need, man. Jorge Sampioli. What's that guy doing at Flamengo? Flamengos. João Gomes. William Arreo. Oh my gosh. Lazararo. Oof. We need Brazilians. Hey, do you guys know Roy Mackay? Our nice little Dutch older used to play for us as a forward striker. He is now coaching our young I don't know which team. He's a youth coach. He's not he's not like a main coach. But he has coaches and assistant managers. I wonder if he was at Feyenoord. So I wonder, maybe Feyenoord, sorry. Might cook. He might cook. Let's let him cook. Germany stopped producing talents. Why do you guys think Germany just stopped producing talents? You guys think Bayern and Dortmund's decline, or maybe the competitiveness in the Bundesliga, or the money in the league has, I mean, obviously Schalke, like clubs like Schalke going to the second division doesn't help. But I mean, the total market value for Germany is 550 million. I wonder what the total market value is for. Let's do Spain. Spain aren't even in the no. Let's do Brazil. Oh, it's gonna be Vinicius Jr. alone is like 200 millies. Oh my gosh. Chelsea spent $121 million on Enzo Fernandez and 70 million on Mudryk. Yo, they're on cocaine. Where did that money come from? Chelsea doesn't even make that much money. Realistically, who's out here buying Chelsea kits? All right, Brazil, what's their net worth? Oh, 730 million, 23-man squad. Germany with a 21-man squad is like significantly less than that. We need Hansi Flick back. What y'all think? Bring Hansi Flick back? What do you think, chat? You guys think we should just bring him back? Germany suck, man. They got Kimmich, Musiala. This Germany team doesn't include Musiala. It was the team that, it has Witz. Yo, imagine, honestly, Florian Witz, Musiala in the same team. It's going to be crazy. And I think we could play a midfield three. Witz can play like Modric, man. He has to. You know, y'all know what Luka Modric does for Madrid? We get a nice little Manuel Ugarte and Florian Witz. You could really play Kimmich, Witz, or Kimmich's going to be on the other right-hand side because almost like a right back. You know, he could move out wide or stay inside. And then you got one DM. Kimmich's going to be cooking. Witz is going to be great. He could hug the touch. He could do what De Bruyne does and just do whatever he wants because he's creative like that. And then Musiala, a left wing, Sane right wing, a striker. Oh my gosh, we might cook. Mazraoui right back, Upamecano, Lucas Hernandez, or De Ligt Lucas Hernandez, whoever's fit. And then Davies. Oh my gosh, man. That might actually be a team that cooks. We have everything. We have a midfield balance that Oh my God. Even Musiala can move into midfield and Vitz moves out wide. Yo, the fluidity, man. We'll be more fluid than genders these days. Except there's only two. It'd be crazy. We would cook. We need Klinsmann. Damn. How do I get rid of this? You know what? Yeah, it hurts, man. Y'all had your lips just split open. This dude said I speak more about Madrid than Bayern. Well, I'm not a Madrista. I hate your club, but I respect how they run themselves. There's, I'm also pissed that we aren't in a position where, like, why can't I talk about a club like Madrid or Man City or any other club for that matter? Oh, like, am I a Leipzig fan because I watch Leipzig and I try to understand the structure of their club and I respect, uh, for the most part, of course, it's a plastic system, but I can respect how they game the system, like as a businessman. So, like, does that automatically mean I support anything Leipzig does? No, it means I can analyze things for what they are, right? That's why I look at Real Madrid and I analyze. That's what it's about. That's football. I am a football fan. I watch the sport. I watch Madrid play in the Champions League. I don't care for La Liga. I watch City play. I watch Liverpool for them to lose. I watch United to see them lose. Arsenal to see them lose. I watch City to see them lose. I watch a lot. I hate watch a lot, right? But that doesn't make me a fan of any of the bro. Like it means my football knowledge is broader, not just here. It's my mind is opened. My mind is opened. See, when Leipzig signed Schlager, I was like, wow, this is an interesting player. And when they signed Jabozley, like expand your football knowledge. Don't just watch your club. Because then when your knowledge is expanded, you'll know what good footballers are and what they aren't. You'll know, like, oh, this guy's not on that level he thinks he is because I've watched someone else and they're pretty good. Yeah, man. Expand y'all's football knowledge. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. What do you think about Isaac? I think isn't he one of those strikers that has a good spell and then just kind of declines? I don't have any problems with Isaac. Like, I don't have any feelings towards him because I just don't watch him, but all right, boys and girls. I wanted to make this one a little bit longer. You know, have some fun with the chat. Philip Rasmussen says we always have some season where things just don't click, and the boards sit down, sell some players, buy some top players, and then we're strong again. Next season we will win a lot. Yeah, it is true. Going trophyless might be the best thing that could happen at Bayern because it's crisis mode if we don't win a single trophy, right? Yeah, so it might motivate the board to act different, make better decisions because they have to. But at the same time, I think the same board has been making the same mistakes, right? Brazo's been making the same mistakes. And there's going to be a change. So I don't know. I think you're right in that regard, though. I can't. Next season will be so good, man. I think we're gonna have to sell some players that we've been needing to sell for a while, like Gnabry. I can't wait for it. I just can't. It's gonna be so fun. Yeah, give me a like, man. Would you rather keep Sane or King? We're not selling either of them. Like, you should be asking me would I rather keep Mane or Gnabry? Like, two bums that need to go. Like, that's who you. That's. We're not selling Sane. In fact, I believe Sane is open to extending his contract beyond 2024 or 2025. So really, Sane's going to stay. Coman's going to stay. Gnabry and Mane will be sold, and we will be signing forwards. This window is going to be busy, and I hope it's just world class, world class, world class. Very few prospects. That's what I'm hoping for. Why don't we go to League One, man, and sign some bowlers? We need the next Chouameni, the next Camavinga. We need that. We need those players, man. See, now I'm going to look up League One players, and we're going to see. I'm going to look up who. Oh, Monaco got a very valuable team. Nubel, obviously, in there. Mohamed Kammer is their most valuable player. Huh. He went from Salzburg to over there. I guess he's doing all right. They don't have many young players. Ooh, Vanderson, Brazilian 21-year-old right back, who's also 5'1". He's short. That's what I'm talking about, man. Let clubs like Monaco sign all the good players, and then you just poach them if you think they're good enough. Elise Ben Sagir, 18 years of age, already worth 18 million with 4 goals as a winger. That's what I'm saying, man. We got to go to France. France is the new Brazil. France is the Brazil of Europe. The amount of talent that comes through is just ridiculous. But bro, we need the next Chouameni. All right, that's all I care about. The next Aurélien Chouameni. All right, Chouameni, yo, he's sitting on Madrid's bench. Why can't we sign him? Who says no? You know, a lot of French players just love Bayern now. A lot of French players they want Bayern. They want us. Good night. All right. Mia, send Mia, and peace. Y'all are kicking me out. Everyone's saying good night. I want to sleep. All right. Good. Sleep well, Take Kolawole, my man. Yeah, replace the board and then think about other things. I try to leave and y'all are just commenting.